guys, it's Today we have another Harmless tutorial, and this one is going to be, well, I was kind of thinking of what I wanted to call this one. I was thinking originally I wanted to call it like the Madeon leads tutorial, because he does use this sort of effect on a lot of his tunes, but I decided to just call this one, I don't know, like the Vibrato lead or something like this. But anyways, this is what it's going to end up sounding more or less like. But yeah, that's what it's going to sound like, more or less, of course, because I'm kind of doing it on the fly. So let's start over here. And to begin with, I'm going to tune the pitch all the way up one octave. That's just because I don't want to reach all the way up here on the keyboard, because I might knock my mic stand over. So I can play the same notes down here that I would normally have to play up here. But we're going to start with the saw. I'm going to turn the low pass filter up. We're going to turn it into, well, you could turn it into really any low pass that you like. That sounds good, but I'm going to go with the hybrid. For this synth, I like the hybrid. Again, right now you could go with any basic number that you find sounds good, but I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to turn this a little bit that way. Nah, right there. We're going to turn the vibrato up. That's one of the more characteristic things about Harmless. Since there's only one knob that just controls the vibrato, you can usually really tell when an artist is using Harmless because, well, I mean, you can do vibratos with, you know, Massive or Synth, Zeta, any of those types of plugins, but because it's just one knob, it's really easy, and there's a couple other things that really sort of are, to me, a dead giveaway that some artist is using Harmless. For instance, Madeon, you can certainly tell is using Harmless, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. The vibrato, for one thing, is one of the things that gives it away. Also, we're going to turn on the portamento. Portamento basically is an Italian word that is used by, well, it's kind of stolen by producers, by classically trained musicians. And essentially what it is a, like a, what is the term I'm trying to think of? Basically, it's like you slide from the previous note to the current note. So say you start down here. Let's turn the portamento time up, and then let's go all the way up here. You can hear it there. You can hear that slide. That's basically what a portamento is. That happens on you know, actual acoustic instruments as well. You could do that on guitar. You could do that on piano, any kind of thing like that. For this synth, we're going to just turn the time down. Okay, that sounds good. And then we are going to, let's go with the double cone here. Adaptive. Then we're going to go with a little bit of warming compression. On pretty much all my synths, I do some sort of warming compression through Harmless. That's another one of those, I don't want to say it's a dead giveaway that an artist is using Harmless, because there's a lot of saturators out there that can do something similar to that. But it does certainly strengthen the case for telling when somebody's using Harmless. We're going to turn the venue, I think that's the one I used. There we go. And then we're going to do some ping pong delay. We're going to do 16th notes. There we go. Not quite. Let's go. Okay, so here's another thing I was talking about. Harm up. That basically means it plays a harmonic up. It's sort of like, well, it's exactly what it says here. It's a harmonizer. You see this with a lot of instruments. I know I actually have a guitar pedal. It's like a harmonizer. Fortunately, this one works a lot better than that one does. But basically, it adds a harmonic above the. It adds a harmonic root note above the note you're playing. So I'm going to turn the amount all the way up. But that, to me, is a dead giveaway when somebody's using Harmless. There's not a whole lot of plugins out there that allow you to do a harmonic up like that. And I think it's a pretty cool feature. You could also do an octave up, octave plus 1, octave plus 2, harmonic up, harmonic plus 1. Octave up plus 2 and harmonic up plus 1 sound very similar, almost like a square. Just kidding, octave up plus 1 and harmonic up plus 1. But for this one, we're going to go harmonic up. It's going to be done on the final as opposed to the pre-filter, because that would mix it in and sort of water down the harmonic a little bit. But that sounds not too bad. Not too shabby, I would say. But yeah, that would be more or less the lead we're kind of going for. If you want to add a little bit of bass to the lead, you could also turn the subharmonic up. But yeah, that sounds like it's about it. If you want to turn the resonance up and you use the filter, you might get a little bit of a kind of a formant sound. You kind of have it sound like a ow or an ew. That's that formant. If you don't want that, though, you could always just reset everything. There you go. And in case you were wondering how talking synths are made, it's usually by making that formant, and you can do that using equalizers or just that double cone, double notch filters, that kind of stuff. But anyways, this is more or less the synth I wanted to show you. It's just a kind of a quick tutorial, but that's more or less it. Yeah, that's not bad. But that's kind of like a basic lead synth. And maybe next time I'm going to go into maybe like a bass, kind of a generic bass with Harmless. Something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe a pad. But yeah, that's more or less how to make a generic Madeon sounding lead using Harmless. Again, as always, I'm looking for songs for the mastering series, so don't be afraid to submit them to me. And also, I'd appreciate it if you could check out my music, links in the description, or buy my music. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I hope you learned a lot.